โอเคโอเคโอเคโปรเซสไม่ทันใช่ไหมถ้าอย่างนี้เนี่ยต้องมีคนโอนให้ท่านมีผู้เพราะฉะนั้นเนี่ยเดี๋ยวผมจะพยายามแปลนิดนึงแต่ว่าเช่นคิดว่าน่าจะการแปลเป็นสิ่งที่ดีที่สุดแล้วเพราะฉะนั้นบอกมาเลยครับอยากได้อะไรเยี่ยมเลยเยี่ยมเลย และขณะนี้นะครับท่านรัฐมนตรีว่าการกระทรวงอุตสาหกรรมนะครับในฐานะประธานของพิธีในวันนี้นะครับท่านได้เดินทางมาถึงบริเวณงานแล้วลำดับนี้ขอเสียงปรบมือต้อนรับนะครับท่านพิมพ์ภัทราวิชัยกุลรัฐมนตรีว่าการกระทรวงอุตสาหกรรมด้วยครับเอาละครับขอกราบสวัสดี
Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, I would like to welcome firstly the Minister of Industry, Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Industry, as well as the executives from many organizations and all distinguished guests. I would like to welcome you all to today's event, OIE Forum 15, 2023. This is the 15th forum, and today I'm with City Wiki, and I would like to welcome everyone. It's such a great honor to be the moderator and MC for today. For today, OIE Forum 15, 2023, it's organized by OIE, Office of Industrial Economics, and you are familiar with this because it's a continuous event. And as I have told you, this year is the 15th event, and each year there will be different theme. For this year, it's Mind Set for Sustainability. And we are going to change our mindset to go forward to the sustainability goal. This is the objective to use all of the operations as well as talking about the directions of the OIC. And also this will be the platform for experts to exchange ideas in the Thai industry in order to revolutionize Thai industry, in order to grow sustainably. For today, it's going to be a hybrid event. We have participants on site at Eastern Grand Payatai here. And also, we also have the participants watching a live stream online. And at the event today, there will be presentations about the operations of the mission to develop the industry of OIE, Office of Industrial Economics. And also this is in alignment with the national plan as well as this to grow sustainably. And the good industry will be with the community sustainably. And also we will talk about the missions and we will go on the current presentations and what's going to happen in the future. Now, so this is to drive forward, and this is a continuous project, and this has to be working in collaboration with everyone. All the partnerships are the key force. So OIE Forum today, we are honored to have with us today the experts and executives from the private and public sector. We have with us today the chairman of Federation of Thai Industry as well as the vice president of Thai Chamber of Commerce in order to drive Thai industry to sustainability. And also we have the panel discussion on mindset for sustainability in order to change our mindset and revolutionize our industry. We are honored to have with us today. We have the president of Kasikorn Bank Public Company Limited. Also, we have the executive director of TGO, Thailand Greenhouse Gas Management Organization. And we have with us today Secretary General of Office of the Industry Regulatory Commission and Director General of OIE. We will share together about the directions and the missions to sustainability amongst these challenges and the present situations. And also, in the final part of today's event, we open this floor for everyone for the Q&A session. You can address your questions, and also our experts will be answering them. And for today, may I please make an announcement? We would like to ask for your permission to take photos and video recording throughout the event in order to publicize and to share this knowledge with the public. Before we officially commence today's event, may I please present the OIE Forum 2023 Mindset for Sustainability video presentation to change your mindset and to go towards sustainability.
ในช่วงที่
Thailand have faced many challenges from the current global economy after the recovery during COVID-19 and also the pricing war, economic war, and the competition in many regions, and also a lot of economic factors that makes the economy that has a big role in order to drive the country forward. There needs to be an urgent flexibility and there needs to be change in order to create income for people. The Ministry of Industry has also have policy in order to develop and elaborate on. We make use of innovation and technology to use in the economy and management in order to have the new aspect of economy. And we also care about environment as well as the green economy according to the BCG model in order to sustain the community and the economy, and also through the mine policy in 4 aspects. The first one is the success in business. The first one is to take care of the society and community, and also we take care of the environment. And the last one, we would like to distribute the income to the economy and community. And with this mind concept and policy, we have to use our head and our heart to take care of the economy. The Office of Industrial Economics, OIE, is an organization to drive this country forward to sustainability. We also work in collaboration and we drive the policy in the national economies in order to grow sustainably, and also we connect and give service and knowledge as well as recommendations to Thailand with this innovative IT. And also we like to strengthen economy of Thailand, and we're the leader in Thailand here. In the past year, OIE drive many innovations and economy in Thailand, and also we sustain the environment, and we'd like to achieve the carbon neutral goal. For example, the EV industry, we give importance to this industry, and also we have the 30 Act, and we have many policies in order to drive the automotive industry, and also we would like to increase and make this automotive industry. And also we have the smart technology, smart electronic, in order for Thailand to be the center to make all the electronics equipment in ASEAN with the technology of our own by 2030. 70. And also we have the industry for robotics in order to create this automotive and robotics with the goal to make Thailand to be the leader to manufacture robotics in ASEAN with our own technology. And also for the future of food industry, we use all the innovation and the technology to increase the value and also to sustain the environment and safety and enhance our food industry in the future. And also we have the stable market halal food. And right now, Thailand export halal food over 1.6 billion. And also with the bio industry for Thailand. So 4 years ago, until many years to come, there are many measures for us for the bioeconomy, and we believe that this will be creating the value of Thailand. And also for the medical equipment, we set the directions and we develop through the research and continuous innovation in order to elaborate this and develop further in terms of commercial aspect. And also we support the society and environment to grow comprehensively. And for the BCG industry, this is another industry that OIE give importance to, whether it's in the area here in Thailand, and we have the plan according to BCG in many initiative areas, designated areas. We used biotechnology and also agricultural products and recycled materials in order to manufacture and create value for the products, and also to move toward green economy. And also we have the committee to develop the industry of Thailand, and this is the committee in a national level with our Prime Minister as the chairperson, and we have the plan to develop the industry in the overall picture and each industry, and we like to make every measures move forward, and we support the environmentally and community friendly plans in order to create concrete and tangible goals. And also we give service about information by using the technology, and we make it the industry 4.0. We all have the iSingle form in order to report this information, and also the MPI index, and also we have the TFP to report the we also have the I index about the index in the industry, and OIE on website and line official account. And we also have the collaboration between each country. Thailand also have the agreement by OIE. We drive forward in order to create the negotiative initiative as well as the agreement. We have Thai-Sri Lankan collaboration, Thai-Arab Emirates collaboration, Thai and the European Commerce Chamber, and also the EU, ASEAN, and Canada. And these were some examples. And also we are the agency, the main middleman in order to create Indo-Pacific Economic Framework, IPEF. And also we have the collaboration, and we'd like to have the connection in every level with other countries in order to increase the competitiveness in terms of industry to be comprehensive and sustainable. Apart from that, we have the economy industry in order to be aligned with the national planning of Thailand, the 13th plan. And also, this will be for many years to come. We have the measures to support the investment under the 5-year investment plan in Thailand. And also, we have the ESG initiatives, the model of BCG, and also the megatrends that would drive the Thai industry in the future. For OIE, Office of Industrial Economics, we give importance, and we would like to show you that we are ambitious to drive Thai industry in order to face with the challenges and the changes in today's world. And we'd like to welcome all of you to today's event, OIE Forum 2023, Mindset for Sustainability. So we can change our mindset to revolutionize Thai industry to go forward to sustainability.
ขอเสียงปรบมือ
A big round of applause to OIE, Office of Industrial Economics, for organizing today's event. As you know, the 21st century, this is the 22 years past. There are many challenges, and as well as the change in technology and sustainability. And on this occasion, I would like to invite the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Industry. And also, please give a round of applause to Nattapon Rangsitpon, Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Industry. The Minister of Industry. On behalf of the Ministry of Industry, I would like to thank very much Minister of Industry to be the chairperson and also to make a speech here at OIE, Office of Industrial Economics this year, under the theme Mindset for Sustainability, in order to change our mindset and revolutionize Thai industry for sustainability today. As you all know, the industry economy is very important in driving the country forward. However, among the challenges and the changes, which is complex and unpredictable, this is a big challenge that make the Thai industry. We need to change the paradigm. We need to change the mindset and to enhance and to equipped ourselves with the potential to adopt. And also, we'd like to go to the sustainability goal. For OIE, Office of Industrial Economics, is another agency, is acting on behalf of the Ministry of Industry. We're the think tank in order to create changes and revolution to Thai industry according to the missions, whether it's to make the policies, and also we have the plans for the Thai industry. Also, we analyze, we give information and provide technology and advice to Thai industry under the framework of Ministry of Thailand in order to grow sustainably with our community and society in Thailand, in order to face with the challenges and address all the issues, in order to change the operations to be aligned with the directions of the Thailand future. We need to have this role, and we have to enhance everything we do. We give service to the community. So we have to be based on this concept. We have to change the industry in order to serve the changes, whether it's the tourism, energy, clean energy use. We have to reduce the use of fossil fuel, and also we have to distribute the income according to each area potential and the people's needs in order to make Thai industry, which is the key driver of Thailand, to increase the value and income for Thai population. And we would like to grow in 4 aspects. The first one, we need to be successful in terms of business. We have to make a transformation, and we have to do the S-curve in 12 fields, and also we enhance the Thai industry and to be flexible to serve and as well as to address the changes. And also we use innovative construction. We develop the industry for using soft power to drive the country forward, whether it's gastronomy, tourism, and also we increase the potential and competitiveness, and we make this quality of innovation to make Thai industry strong, and we can create income and we can make the population grow sustainability. And also the second aspect, the well-being of the community and the society, and we would like to make this collaboration to strengthen them for the industry and the community to be together. And also we have to be in line with the rules and regulations without causing any negative impacts to the environment, whether it's the air, the pollution, or the noise and the water and everything. We have to change the criteria for pollution for each area. And for the third aspect, we have to be in alignment with the national, international measures and rules in order for us to have the business opportunity and to move forward the carbon neutrality goal in order to be in line with the international standards. For example, carbon neutrality, carbon footprint, the forest sustainably, and also IU fishing. And we're not going to support anything that would create PM 2.5. And also, the last aspect is to strengthen the community and to distribute the income to many people. We have to support the service and products by the community. We have to develop the communities around the factory, and also we have to strengthen the supply chain between the industry and the community. So we have to make the income distributed equally and to make the foundation of the industry comprehensive. We have to develop all the tourism industry in order to serve each area's specific needs and to be in alignment with the policy of Thailand for the digital policies and to make it reliable, efficient. The Ministry of Industry enhance and increase the potential, and we make use of electronic, and now we have the platform to have the information, and that is called iIndustry for the clients of the Ministry of Industry to register and access the information, whether it's to have the digital license or the digital payment or the digital service, and also to report the information through the platform, the center platform, iSinglephone. And the information that is reported through the system would be used to analyze all the index of the industry in each area and the overall picture. And also there will be all the policies, and we have to create the criteria and the environment that is good, suitable for the investment, and to give benefits for each project that would serve and satisfy the needs of the population and the factory, the industry. And also this is the key system in order to keep track with the operations, whether it is aligned with the policies, rules, and regulations or not. And the Ministry of Industry, we make a survey on site and make inspection on site as well in these 4 areas. For the also the soil, we control the factory, and also for the water, we take care of the water disposal to take care of the rivers and the waterways. And also for the wind, we have policies and measures to control and minimize the PM 2.5 pollution. And the last one is the fire. We make sure that all the equipment is used in line with the rules and regulations to prevent any accidents or disasters or any annoyance or disturbance to the community around the factory. And these are the regulatory measures by using and implementing this, enforcing the rules and regulations and laws in order to minimize the risk as well as the compliance from the community. So the community will love the factory and the factory will love the community. So OIE Forum today is a good opportunity in order to have the platform for exchanging ideas and to inspire everyone in Thailand by listening to the experts' advice, knowledge, and experience. And also we have this online sessions to cover all the aspects of sustainability, whether it's the manpower, the digital and innovation, whether it's the environment, the carbon neutrality, low carbon society, in order to strengthen the industry of Thailand for us to be equipped to grow sustainably and to go with the community. And it's time to have the opening ceremony officially. May I invite the Minister of Industry to open this ceremony and to make a speech on driving the Thai industry to sustainability. Thank you very much, Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Industry. So we have listened to him. We are going to create the balance between driving this industry forward according to the measures and standards. And also we use the technology innovation in order to strengthen the Thai industry. And this is the think tank by OIE. We are driving this continuously. And on the next occasion, this is a very memorable moment. I would like to invite Pimpatra Vishaikun onto the stage. A big round of applause to welcome the Minister of Industry. Advisor to Minister of Industry, Secretary to the Minister of the Industry. as well as the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Industry. I would like to thank all of you as well as the organizers of this event today, Kun Jiap, Director General of OIE. A big round of applause to the host of today's event. And also the executives of the Ministry of Industry, as well as Kun Bainoi, the Permanent Secretary, and also Visanu, and also the Inspector Ekanit from the Ministry of Industry, all the executives, and also Mr. Supakit, and who's with us today. We'd like to greet everyone here, and also Mr. Julapong, the Permanent Secretary, Kun Wanchai, and also Mr. Pasagon from the Mining Ministry, and also for the Ministry, Mr. Virit, and also the directors, Kun Virit, and also our financial supporter, the CEO, SMED Bank, Nanari, and also the inspector, and also Kunong, and every fellow workers from the Ministry of Industry, and also the speakers who are with us today. With us today, the chairman of the Federation of Thai Industry, FTA, as well as the vice president of Thai Chamber of Commerce, and all the experts who are with us here today to exchange ideas, and everyone here, all the entrepreneurs here at the hall, and people watching a live stream today. Over 2,000 participants. Today is a great opportunity for everyone from every sector to be here today with the goal, the common and shared goal. We would like to know more about the trends of the industry in the years to come, as well as the present situations in the Thai industry. And this is the OIE Forum every year, the Office of Industrial Economics Forum, and this year it's 2023. And also we have very warm welcome. We have received all the warm welcome from all the entrepreneurs, and I've heard that the Director General told me that everyone's taking care of each other since the registration, listening to the feedback and everything, joining today's event, and also watching here on site and watching a live stream. And also we have a lunch break, and we have the panel discussion that would open a stage, open a platform for everyone to talk and discuss and voice their opinion. So this is the stage that is perfect, ideal stage, a platform to welcome everyone. Also today we're honored to have with us the press, members of the press who were joined, and we give importance to today's event. I would like to tell all of you that we have faced and we have passed. We have gone through the economic crisis in the past few years. Definitely the industry is the key driver of this country. Our house, our home. I would like to make a comparison. We need to have a lot of pillars, whether it's tourism or service or the agriculture, as well as the industry. I was the MP, and I take care specifically in the southern part of Thailand. During COVID-19, a lot of tourists do not come to Thailand, and the tourists in Thailand as well, they are more careful. And once the industry of service are affected, you can see that the industry can go forward. And I believe that our house, the pillars of our house, we need to build a strong pillar, whether it's agriculture, service, and industry. We need to have a strong foundation, and we need to have good management. We're not focusing on specific pillar, but we need to give importance to every pillar to make our house strong and stable amidst the challenges. And for me, I come from the political aspect area. A lot of people in each area might be laid off. They have to change where they live, and I can see that we cannot rely specifically on particular pillar. However, with a strong foundation, we need to build that strong pillars. And the pillar of industry, it has to be really strong. After I've heard from the GDP growth in the Thai industry, you can see that this is a positive direction and is quite secure and stable. Even though we have challenges, there might be some bumps, some ups and downs. However, this pillar of industry is still strong and it's still stable. It's reliable for the country as a whole. In order to be responsible here, taking this role as the Minister of Industry, once I know that I have to take care of everyone in this industry, I will have to take care of the investors and entrepreneurs as well as the population, the community everywhere surrounding the industry. I need to help manage everyone's emotions and feelings as well, not only taking care of the industry. So everyone, it's important for all of us to be equipped with the knowledge because I'm sure that everyone is ambitious. Everyone is willing to work together. So from all of your perspective, I believe that when you look at the Thai industry, for me personally, after working with the Ministry of Industry, there are many things that you might feel that there are something that is quite negative, whether it's contacting the civil servants, the time to issue some documents, it might take some time. And also for the factory emission, all the greenhouse gas or the pollution, or there might be the picture of waste disposal or toxic waste that would affect the community. There might be some images that are negative, and this would definitely affect the emotions and feelings of the community and the population. That might be risky. There might be some cases like this. However, if you look from the perspective of the people working in the Ministry of Industry, we are working tirelessly in order to have good waste management, and also we'd like to take care of everyone's feelings. We'd like to have the factory and the industry and the community to be together happily. And we have this goals. We think that it's important that we need to listen to the community's feedback wherever we're going to set the factory. And the problems comes from miscommunication or not enough space to exchange ideas. However, once the entrepreneur, investor, and the communities have proper and regular discussion and conversations, I think that the industry can grow sustainably with the community. Not to mention the trends of the world. There are many measures and standards, and the entrepreneurs have to adjust and to order to face with the changes. We need capital. We need the money to work in order to be in line with the policies, the international policies, to change the technology use or anything, changing from manpower to the machine, and also to adopt the environmentally friendly measures in order to be in alignment with the world policy. Everything needs capital. So today, the Ministry of Industry, we're lucky that we have the SMED Bank for supporting us financially, support all the entrepreneurs, and also we take care not only the entrepreneurs, the big size, and also we take care of the small and medium size and the SME entrepreneurs. So SME is working hand in hand with the Ministry of Industry, and also we have this fund, the SME, to develop the SME work to help the new entrepreneurs, the small size entrepreneurs working with the Ministry of Industry and SMED Bank. So if we can help and assist the entrepreneurs to gain access to the fund and capital, and also to access the knowledge, if you have the capital and you have the knowledge, you are well equipped. You are strong enough to run the business, and the big size, the large size, as well as the medium size and small size can grow sustainably. Lastly, I would like to thank everyone in the Ministry of Industry for your ambition, for your good intentions and also the responsibility we're taking in order to take care of all the entrepreneurs, all the investors, and everyone in Thailand in order to adjust their businesses to serve and also to adjust themselves in order to satisfy the needs of everyone. Definitely, with the EV trend, we have to take care of everyone in the supply chain. And Mr. ศรษฐก, the Prime Minister, said that we will leave no one behind. We have to take care of all the entrepreneurs, whether it's everyone in the supply chain, the combustible engine type of vehicles. We have to take care of everyone, not only the industry, we have to take care of the agricultural sector as well. We have to be together sustainably. So I have an opportunity to meet with the Prime Minister, and I also present some ideas from the Ministry of Industry in terms of development of halal food industry. We're not saying that halal in Thailand is only for the Muslim country, but we like this halal industry to be open and to access every industry around the world, to be accepted and recognized worldwide in order to support and to enhance the potential of everyone who's participating in this business in order for them to have more opportunities. And we would like to assist and help all the farmers, all the sellers, and everyone in the supply chain. They can increase the level from being the small size to the medium and the large size in the future. So I presented a lot of ideas to the Prime Minister, and he received all the ideas very well. So halal can be in one agency, and that might not be worldwide recognized. So we need to enhance the halal business to make it recognized worldwide and to be accepted, and also in all levels. So we have the agreement, and we report this to the ministerial meeting, and we get a lot of support and all the assistance. And we are driving forward this halal business industry in Thailand. So it's important for us to manage all the feelings and emotions of the entrepreneurs, whether it's a small, medium, or large size, as well as the investors, to be together. And most importantly, we need to make everyone able to achieve the objective and to achieve the national plans in order for the global investors to come in Thailand while maintaining the potential and capability of Thai investors. I would like to once again thank the Office of Industry Economics for organizing this event. Thank you very much all the speakers for exchanging ideas and giving knowledge to everyone participating in this event. Thank you all the participants who registered to join the OIE Forum in order to enhance your potential. I would like to thank members of the press for reporting and giving good news on this Ministry of Industry for today. I would like to thank everyone, and I would like to open this ceremony of OIE Forum 2023. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, the Minister of Industry, Pimpatra Vishaykun. So she talked and gave credit to everyone in the Ministry of Industry and all the stakeholders. A big round of applause to our Ministry of Industry. And definitely on the next occasion, we will officially open today's ceremony event. I would like to invite onto the stage, Nattapon Rangsipon, Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Industry. A big round of applause. And next, I would like to invite the Director General of OIE, Warawan Chidurun. A big round of applause. And next, may I invite the advisor to Minister of Industry, Danai Chokamnui, onto the stage. And also the secretary to the Minister of Industry, Dr. Pailin Tiansuwan. A big round of applause. So together we would count down to open this ceremony, OIE Forum 2023. This is the 15th forum by OIE. If you are ready, let's count down together. And the Ministry of Industry would mark her hand on this to open the ceremony. Let's count down together. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
A
big round of applause to OIE Forum, the 15th Forum 2023 Mindset for Sustainability. On this occasion, we will capture this memorable moment, starting from our Minister of Industry, the Permanent Secretary, as well as the Director General, the advisor to the Minister of Industry, as well as the Secretary to the Minister of Industry. We will capture this moment, and then we would take a picture with all the ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, as well as the experts, and also the chairman of the FTI and the vice president of Thai Chamber of Commerce. The next shot, the second shot, may I invite onto the stage all the executives from the Ministry of Industry onto the stage, please. For the first row here, the executives, the chairman of the Federation of Thai Industries, vice president of Thai Chamber of Commerce, and also Your Excellency Ambassador of Finland. May I invite the Ambassador of Finland to Thailand. And also, I would like to invite all the experts, the President of Kasikorn Bank Public Company Limited, Pit Anik Miti, and also the Executive Director of TGO, Thailand Greenhouse Gas Management Organization, as well as the Secretary General of Office of the Energy Regulatory Commission. And also, I would like to invite all the Vice Minister of Industry. I would like to invite all these honorable guests onto the stage. This is the picture that reflects the collaboration in Thailand, not only the work together among the ministries, however, all the stakeholders, the ambassador, as well as the FTI and the Thai Chamber of Commerce, and all the stakeholders who will participate in this mission. All right. This picture reflects the collaboration in order to drive Thai industry amongst the changing landscape in this 21st century. Big round of applause. We will capture this moment together. There are a lot of photographers with us today from many agency organizations, because in order to drive this Thai industry forward, there needs to be the collaboration and also the think tank, the OIE, and many stakeholders, everyone who are the partners, and we would work together to sustainability. And a big round of applause to everyone on the stage. The Minister of Industry, Permanent Secretary, Minister of Industry, and as well as the Director General of OIE. Thank you very much. And please return to your seats, and our Minister of Industry would like to say hello to everyone, all the participants, and would like to visit the exhibition zone. On the next occasion, this will be the session from the OIE and the FTI. And we would remain in the hall, and we would listen to the speech from the Director General of OIE, and the chairman of FTI, the vice president of Thai Chamber of Commerce, who will be joining in this panel discussion here. On this occasion, once we're ready, as I mentioned already, everyone, all the entrepreneurs and stakeholders, you have played a very important role. Today, we are honored to have with us the chairman of FTI, Federation of Thai Industry. May I invite onto the stage Mr. Griangai Tianukun, chairman of FTI. A big round of applause. Minister of Industry, Pimpatra Vishaykun. Advisor to the Minister of Industry, as well as the Secretary to the Minister of Industry, the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Industry, as well as the Director General of OIE, and all the executives from the Ministry of Industry, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests from the private and public sector, as well as Your Excellency, the Ambassador. Today, it's such a great honor and it's my pleasure to join OIE Forum under the theme Mindsets for Sustainability. I believe that this topic is very challenging. I would have to say this, it's very challenging. Today, we have to say that for FTI, the Federation of Thai Industry, we focus on sustainability as well. And the policies of the industry that we have divided, and I say this at many forums and meetings, the existing industry that we have at FTI, we have 46 disrupted industries by the technology that is constantly and rapidly changing all the geopolitics and everything that's happening. So in this group of existing industry, there needs to be an urgent need to transform itself. And this is only a matter of buying time. We have another group of industries, and we set it as the main policies. And that is the next-gen industry, consisting of three parts. The S-curve industries, which is the goal. We do less, but we gain more. We use innovation and technology in order to increase the value, and that is the key word there. Because in the past, the industry that we have first, we give service, we manufacture. We do a lot, but we gain very little. So that's why our GDP is not growing significantly from what it has been. So a lot of people might have heard this, that GDP in Thailand, when you compare to our neighboring countries, in the past decade, it's quite low. It's wide 1.8, 1.9% GDP growth. So this is the challenge. What can we do? How can we increase that number? And the second one is BCG, Bio-Circular Green Economy. Especially the bio, I talk about this in every stage. We have hope. And this is the light, the beacon of Thailand. Thailand has a potential. We have biodiversity. This makes us in one of the 8th ranks in Thailand. In the past, we sell the raw materials. And what is that? Is that our raw materials is processed. The extracted is being extracted from our raw materials, and we have to buy it in a more expensive price, even though we have the downstream, upstream in the whole chain that make us stable and strong with the geopolitics, all the new world order. I believe that the supply chain security will play a very significant role, and this would be something that we give importance to. Circular economy. We work with the Ministry of Industry, all the departments, or many agencies under the Ministry of Industry in order to make an office, in order to use the waste from the industry, to use it, to recycle, to reuse it. So we work hand in hand, we go hand in hand, and we have strong collaboration in order to increase the value, in order to create new industry, and to reduce environmental risks and issues. And lastly, for the climate change. This is something that everyone recognized, that this is what the world is focusing on. Everyone needs to take action. We would have a meeting of COP26, 28, 7, 28 from the 1st and 12th December. This will be a major issue. Everyone's have to take action. So you can see that sustainability, when the main industries in Thailand, the goal of the FTI, is our mission. We focus on sustainability. And what is sustainability? It's clean. Whether it's clean energy, clean everything has to be clean and green as well. Everyone has to be able to survive sustainably. Industry have to work hand in hand and have to remain in this world with the community as well as the climate change to move forward to the net zero carbon neutrality. It's something that the FTI give importance to. We give priority to. I have to tell you that with the limited time that I have here, the direction of the Federation of Thai Industries and the Ministry of Industry, we're in the same direction. We will go to the same goal. And these are some of the proposals. May I return to the slides previously? We have a meeting with the Prime Minister as well as we at the FTI, Federation of Thai Industries, we propose this 3 goals and 8 initiatives in order to enhance the Thai industry. The first one, our goal, we need to have competitiveness. Secondly, driving GDP growth. We have to drive forward our GDP growth. We need to have the engine to drive forward, to enhance and improve Thailand's GDP, as well as the collaboration to work together according to the national plan by the Prime Minister to have the 5% increase of GDP, and also for the SDG, Sustainable Development Goals. That's the same story with the net zero, the BCG that we have previously talked about. And this will be the main 3 main goals with 8 initiatives. The first one, we need to adjust some rules and regulations for the ease of doing business, because the major challenges and obstacles of Thailand, we have talked about it, but we haven't addressed it. Even though from the FTI, everyone is putting a lot of investment, we study, we do research, and we have the initiatives to adjust the rules and regulations in order to ease the business operation, in order to minimize the challenges and obstacles, in order to make Thailand more attractive to the global and Thai investors. Secondly, we need to enhance the personnel and to increase the capacity of the manpower in Thailand and to address the problem of labor shortage. We need to speed up, we need to accelerate this potential increase and development for our manpower. And also we need to have this energy transition. We need to have good management, because everyone knows that the electricity price very, very high. I would like to thank the Prime Minister who understands the public sector and private sector. The first 2 months, what he did, definitely he helped reduce the cost of energy, which is the heart. And we have to talk about this many times. Even though the Prime Minister reduced the price of the energy per unit, this might be temporary, but we would like the restructuring of the electricity pricing. Why can Vietnam make it 2.7 baht? Why Indonesia can make it? So 3.9 baht is not enough. We want it to be 2.7 or 3.7 baht. It's something that we have to talk about. And also we have to support the export and the commerce and to support the investment on the S-curve industry. And also we have to leverage the industry with the technology, innovation, and digital platform. And this is the backbone. The digital and the governments give priority to this as well. And also we have to improve and develop the sustainable industry, BCG and ESG, to drive forward and to achieve the goal of net zero, we have the 3 goals and 8 initiatives. BCG in action. The first one is the industry about bio industry to make and manufacture the pharmaceuticals. We have to take care of the demand side from the pharmaceutical area according to the area based. We would mix match, and we would make these industries have the goal. It's going to be clear which area should grow what. And also next one is cosmetics industry, and then the food supplement. The 4th is bioplastic, the 5th one is biochemicals, and the 6th one is biofabric. 7 is biofuel, and also all the bioenergy. And the last one, the 8th one, is novel food, plant-based protein from the plants. That will be the future food, and that is the trend of the world. All these 8 industries would have the smart agriculture industry, or SAI. So we make use of the smart agriculture plus smart industry to make all the agricultural products to increase the value with the industry, not just make it agriculture, but to make it agricultural and industry. So I think that these 8 groups of industries would be the initiatives, and we would cover the whole country's industry in the future. So I propose these ideas to the Permanent Secretary and the Minister of Industry so we can work together. We can make this collaboration, make it happen. And the next one is to develop and increase the capacity of entrepreneurs for SME. Everyone knows this. 90% or 90-something% of the country is SMEs. So they're the fragile group. How can we make SMEs stand strong amongst the challenges and crises? So we have to develop the potential and capacity of SME. We have to make a transformation. We have to go digital, go innovation, and grow global. So these are the key factors. The main factors would equip all the SME with all the power. And also we have to develop all the infrastructure for logistics and the area for the industry. The logistic cost in Thailand is very expensive. It's 15% of the cost. So our goal is to make it around single digit. But we might have to categorize it and divide it into phases. However, the logistic we're going to do, the railway, the waterway, and I'm so happy that the Prime Minister would have this mega project, the land bridge. So I have the opportunity to travel with the committee as well as the ministries and the Prime Minister. We visited China, Beijing, China, and China is very interested. I didn't go with them to Saudi Arabia, but I heard that they're interested too. And the Prime Minister is making a visit to America, the APEC 2023 in San Francisco. This is another topic that would attract the global investors to see the potential of Thailand as a logistic hub, and we can elaborate and connect this in every sector. So all the 8 initiatives would lead to the next slide here. What we're discussing right now, I would like to sum up a little bit. We talked previously about the EV in Thailand. When we visited EV in Beijing, apart from the 6 companies and Chang'an Water, there are many companies that are waiting for us to have conversations with us. And I believe that we would have people in China who would invest in the EV industry in Thailand. And what's going to follow is the supply chain, whether it's the battery or the storage, as well as all the systems in the supply chain in the electric vehicle that would follow. So clean energy, creative innovation, it's something that would have to be collaborated, and we have to increase the soft power to create the value in the industry. With the limited time that I have, I would like to present this. These are the industries that the Prime Minister said that, and what we would allocate the budget for over 50 billion, around 100 billion 500 billion. 100 billion would be spent on these industry in order to shape the directions of Thailand to make us have competitiveness under the new world order. Without further ado, I would like to present the last slide. If you would like to download this, for example, we have the proposal from the FTI, Federation of Thai Industries, in October, and we propose 3 goals, 8 initiatives, and the Prime Minister asked us for the action plan. So the 1st of November, FTI organized FIC Foreign Industry Hub Club, and we invited global investors from 27 countries who would like to invest in Thailand from 10 billion baht, over 10 billion baht, and we invited the over 30 ambassadors, and we, FTI, proposed the action plan to the Prime Minister so that the Prime Minister can make the decision to drive the country forward. And with the one FTI policy, one team, private public sector, we have to work together to achieve one goal, one direction to drive Thai industry in order to strengthen Thailand and make Thailand grow sustainably. Thank you very much. A big round of applause to Grangai Tinagun, Chairman of Federation of Thai Industries, FTI. It's quite very comprehensive and powerful. One FTI, one goal. From the Federation of Thai Industries, another partner which plays a very important role today, we are honored to have with us Vice President of Thai Chamber of Commerce. May I invite Mr. Saroshaya Viwatgun onto the stage. A big round of applause. Minister of Industry, Director General of OIE, Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Industry, all the executives from the public and private sector, as well as distinguished guests. On behalf of Thai Chamber of Commerce, I am honored and pleased to be here to join OIE Forum to exchange ideas and proposals in order to develop the Thai industries further. For today's topic, the theme is very, very interesting and is very, very important. Mindset for sustainability. Actually, we have discussions and conversations on sustainability a lot of conversations. From the perspective of Thai Chamber of Commerce, we have an opportunity to work with the public sector as well as the private sector, whether it's the medium-sized and the large-size organizations. For the large-size organizations, they understand the mindset for sustainability. A lot of large organizations in Thailand, we have to say that they're very strong. The way they think, the mindset of every organization, we'd like to see that the global trend, we divided the trend into 2 parts. The first one is digitalization, and the second one is sustainability. For the organizations that understand these 2 trends, the mega trends of the world, they can make adjustments quite rapidly. There's some conversations and discussions that to recover from COVID-19. It's K-shaped recovery. What does that mean? We look at every sector. Any sector, any organizations understand the trend, whether it's digitalization or sustainability, and can make adjustment. These organizations can grow. However, in the same industry, the organizations that do not understand these challenges, they might find that it's hard for them to adjust and to operate. From the perspective of Thai Chamber of Commerce, we see that our role should be we need to have two perspectives. The first one is the mentoring perspective. For example, the large size company would have to assist the small and medium size. But at the same time, we have the rule to connect the private and public sector. We believe that the trend of environment and sustainability is very important. What's important, why it's important is that when you look at the big picture, we have to start by accessing all the main stage, all the main platform that make us realize that we need to adjust ourselves. We need to be flexible and resilient, and it's really important for the next generation as well. All the rules and regulations, the legislation, whether it's emission trading scheme, external producer's responsibility, carbon tax, and everything, this will be issued because the big picture, the world would force us to do it. All the investors and our clients and customers would look at this even more, give importance to these issues. So for Thailand, we have a clear goal that we would like to access and achieve carbon neutrality by 2050, and also greenhouse gas emission, carbon net zero. And this is not an easy thing to do. A lot of organizations, when they set the target 2030, 2050, it's not easy to do so. However, there's an urgency and necessity to be aware of these issues. Thai Chamber of Commerce, we believe that the impact from digital transformation is recognized. If we're not flexible enough and we don't adjust ourselves, this will be affected throughout the whole supply chain. We need to change the efficiency of manufacturing as well as the standards of our products and services, and we need to have the measures that assist all the organizations. There needs to be the government support for the organizations to adjust itself and to be competitive in a global stage. And also we have to equip all the industries, and we have to raise awareness to achieve carbon neutrality. We have to raise awareness for all the small size, medium size companies to make the business more BCG, according to the BCG model, and importantly, the ESG model, whether it's the environmental, social, and governance, by collaboration between public and private sector in order to create sustainable future for the next generation. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Vice President of Thai Chamber of Commerce. On this occasion, may I invite Mr. Saroshaya Viwatgun, Vice President of Thai Chamber of Commerce, and also I will invite again Mr. Griankai Tianugun, Chairman of FTI, onto the stage. Thank you very much for being here. We have such great honor to have with us today. And next, I would like to invite Mr. of Industry to present the token of appreciation to our guest. May I invite onto the stage Pimpatra Vishagun, Minister of Industry. It's very important to hear from this FTI and Thai Chamber of Commerce. We realize the perspectives. However, we have to work together. One Thailand, one industry. It's very important as well. A big round of applause to Griankai Tianugun. Sharp, short, got to the point. Very powerful to drive Thai industry forward. And on this occasion, I would like to invite Saroshaya Viwatgun, Vice President of Thai Chamber of Commerce. A big round of applause. And we will capture this memorable moment together with our three distinguished guests. So it's not a one-man show. Everyone needs to work together, whether it's in the Ministry of Industry everyone, all the stakeholders. We have to work together. The world is changing in the 21st century. We have technology, we have concerns about sustainability, about environmentally friendly issues. However, if we have clear action plan, clear vision, we have great collaboration to drive everything to reach these concrete and tangible goals, we can make it happen in the 21st century. All the proposals are very clear. We need to take action and work together. A big round of applause to our honorable guest. I would like to thank you once again, the Minister of Industry, the Chairman of FTI, Federation of Thai Industries, as well as the Vice President of Thai Chamber of Commerce. Thank you very much. On this occasion, I would like to ask all of you to take a coffee break before we return to OIE Forum in the panel discussion. And today, the Minister of Industry would give interviews to the press in front of the backdrop in front of this hall. In the next session, I would like to give some brief introduction. After the 15-minute break, we will return to this hall at 10:25. 10:25. We will resume OIE Forum in order to join in the panel discussion on this topic. Mindset for sustainability. We have to change the mindset to revolutionize Thai industry for sustainability. In the next session, we are honored to have with us the guest speakers. The first person, Mr. Pipit Anegniti, the president of K-Bank Public Company Limited, Mr. Getishai Maitriwong, the executive director of TGO, as well as Komgrit Tantawanid, the Secretary General of Office of Energy Regulatory Commission, as well as the Director General of OIE. And we will resume at 10:25. Let's take a coffee break for 15 minutes first. And most importantly, I would like to make an announcement that everyone can join, and you are all welcome to give feedback to us. I think it's really important for the organizer to hear the feedback from all of you. You can scan the QR code appearing on the screen and give your feedback. And also, we have the reward for the participants who write and feedback for us. We have a coffee break for 15 minutes and resume this hall at 10:25. 10:25. In the next session for Mindset for Sustainability, OIE Forum 2023. Thank you very much.
ขอกราบสวัสดีแขกผู้มีเกียรติทุกท่านนะครับจะขอเรียนว่างานเสวนานะครับในช่วงที่2ของ Mind Set for Sustainability นะครับกำลังจะเริ่มต้นขึ้นภายในเวลาอีกไม่กี่นาทีข้างหน้านี้ดังนั้นนะครับขออนุญาตเรียนเชิญแขกผู้มีเกียรตินะครับนั่งประจำที่เพราะว่าการเสวนาในช่วงนี้นะครับ Mind Set for Sustainability กำลังจะเริ่มต้นขึ้นภายในเวลาอีกไม่กี่นาทีข้างหน้านี้แล้วนะครับกราบขอบพระคุณมากครับ
เช็คเบอร์สองเช็คไม่ได้ยินเช็คเอามาแล้วโอเคมาละสามสี่ห้าเจ็ด
ขอกราบสวัสดีแขกผู้มีเกียรติทุกท่านนะครับที่มาร่วมงานในวันนี้ OIE FORUM 2023 นะครับดังที่ทราบจัดขึ้นเป็นครั้งที่ 15 แล้วนะครับอีกหนึ่งส่วนในตอนนี้จะเป็นเรื่องของไฮไลท์นะครับเพราะเราจะมีวงเสวนานะครับ
because there will be a panel discussion on the same theme mindset for sustainability to change our mindset and revolutionize our Thai industry. We have our experts with us today who will join in the panel discussion. I would like to invite the first panelist. May I please invite PP Dignity, President of K-Bank Public Company Limited. And next, I would like to invite the Executive Director of TGO, Thailand Greenhouse Gas Management Organization. May I invite Mr. Kiachai Maitri Wong. And the third panelist, the Secretary General of OERC, Office of the Energy Regulatory Commission. May I invite Mr. Komgrit Tantra Wanit. And another panelist who would join us here, the host and organizer of this event. May I invite Director General of OIE, Kun Warawan Chit Arun. May I invite our panelists onto the stage. Good morning, everyone. So previously, we have heard about the context and the role of industry in today's era, whether it's technology, energy, digital, everything's involved in the industry. I would like to ask all our panelists here today. We have 90 minutes, so hour and a half. We cannot exceed the time limit because we have to walk the talk. So first, I would like to ask about the factors that would definitely affect the development of industry. May I ask Kun Warawan, first Director General of OIE. Hello, everyone. I'm Warawan. And I'm the Director General of OIE. First, I would like to thank everyone for participating in this forum today. and we have a lot of people registered. I would like to thank all of you once again. So from the question from our moderator, Dr. Witt, as a person, as an observer, OIE, we take care of the international collaboration and we also observe the trends of the world, and after conversations and panel discussions from many stages, you can see the change. And the first one is the New World Order. We have heard of CBAM in the past few years, and that is to calculate the carbon across border. So when there is the products in the EU zone, they will calculate the carbon and write the carbon tax and think about the number of tax that they will collect. So there's some feedback, the opinions from people who import the products as well as every agency and organizations in Europe. So they ask for the time to be extended before it's implemented. So CBAM, carbon border adjustment mechanism, whether it's the steel, aluminium, cement, fertilizer, electric power, and hydrogen. So these are the 6 main industries. So in the future, I believe that after around 2 years in the future, around 2025, we would calculate and analyze information, but these 6 main industries will be the first to be implemented, the CBAM. So in the future, actually in next year, 2024, we would have to adjust. All the industry would have to adjust themselves because we need to have a lot of investment. We need to be very quick to adjust and adapt. So this is the trend of the world. It's not only happening in Europe, but actually there's US CBAM, and we would implement that in America, and now it's the draft, the Clean Competitive Act, and there will be the US CBAM measures. So these are the 6 main industries, and this would be the first to be implemented. And this is just some of the feedback and the opinions from the people, the users around the world, that they give importance to the growth and the sustainable development. So this is another issue. And also the measures. Even though without CBAM, all the standards, that would be NTB, when you import the products, they're going to refer to each standard, whether it's ISO 14,000 or 1400 or ISO 50,001. Is this the measure about energy management or the sustainable procurement? As you can see, ISO 2400, and also there's the standard according to the ESG concept, SDG, everything that ends with G. So that's ISO 2600. This would put pressure on the standards on management. So you can see the management standard as well as the product standard as well. All these standards would be developed and implemented. We would look at each process, each step, and see that the industry is working along with this or not. And also we have the standards that is go in line with the insurance standards from for example, the management standard at the factory to manufacture as well as the service as well. We have to develop everything, the international standards and Thai standards. And also, there's another thing that would put pressure on this. So that's the need to be green, the necessity to make the products green, environmentally friendly, to satisfy the people who love the earth, who would like to make everything environmentally friendly, whether it's clean energy and alternative use of energy. You can see that EV is very important and is very interesting for many people. There's government support, and also there's a need to reduce the pollution. So from the people who have green hearts, all the products in the green products are very, very attractive. And a lot of people think that it's the responsibility of the global citizen. And that's another pressure to make it possible, to make it happen soon. And also there's a carbon capture. And Kunmu will talk about this, the carbon capture, utilization, and storage. So that's a new way to find alternative the energy in order to capture the carbon from certain manufacturing process, and we can capture that and store that underground so we can make use of that in the future. So this is another innovative that we can expect to see in the future. So this is another innovation that you're very familiar with this. So PM 2.5 is another issue that make a lot of people around the world aware of this because they're all affected. So this is putting pressure. They're forcing us. For example, they would think about growing certain thing and burn it would create PM 2.5 and the pollution. So all the measures and standards is in order to satisfy the needs of the population, the global citizens. So we, after listening to the feedback of everyone, we have to set certain standards and measures to make everything taking care of the world. Today, we don't use the global warming. We say it's boiling. There's a campaign for global boiling because this is the year that is the hottest. Actually, the first time in the history, the first time in like 10,000 years. So it's really hot right now. The global temperature is rising constantly. It's something that everyone has to take action. And the measures, rules, and regulations reflected by the need and necessity and urgency of not only Thai people, but the global citizens they would have to give importance to. And the industry is something that support and make it happen to make the livelihood, the well-being of people possible. We have to adjust ourselves in order to serve the needs of the people and to be in this changing world. So we listen to the factors as well, and we would have to say, we have to talk more about the directions and the goal. So I would like to ask, after the Director General mentioned that, next I would like to talk about CO2 and greenhouse gas. Can I ask Mr. Mu? So in Thailand, what is the focus of the aspect of greenhouse gas reduction in the context of Thailand development of industry? What do you think from the perspective of TGO? So the trend, the mega trend of today's world, we think that sustainability that really affected us, it's the environment in the ESG. When we talk about ESG, everyone is saying that the company would have to gain profits, community would be developed, and the world would survive. But right now, the survival of the world is at risk the most at the moment. I would like to share with you from this perspective. According to World Economic Forum, they have evaluated the risk. So I have a slide here. So this one, according to World Economic Forum, as Pa Jiab, or Director General Jiab, Director of OIE, mentioned the issues, but what we're concerned with right now is the risk that we would have to face, and the cost of the risk is very high. It's actually higher than the food supply. It's higher than to make the economy able to function. However, this would affect the livelihood, the survival of the next generation. We would have to take care of the problems, the root problems, and it comes from the greenhouse gas that is collected after the revolutionary industrial revolution. Since that era, we use fossil fuels, we have the deforestation, we created a lot of waste, we have a lot of greenhouse gas emission after the manufacturing processes for many years. We talk about it in gigaton. The unit is gigaton, and the global temperature is rising. So right now, there's the limit on greenhouse gas emission. However, it's not a one-man show. You cannot do it alone. You need to do it together as a world. It's not only the environment of each country, but it's something that would affect everyone in the world. So this is the failure of mitigate climate action. The first one, failure to mitigate climate change. The fact that we fail to mitigate climate change, the greenhouse gas emission. So every part, every stakeholder would have to work together. So after the first evaluation, so COP27 is not successful yet because the cost that we set first, we collect and we add up all the goals. So the global temperature is still high. We're not sure about that. And also another risk. It's called how we can survive, right? The adaptation, failure of climate change adaptation. How can we live if there's flooding? How can we work there in the industrial area if it's low, it's at a basin? How can we change? How can we adapt ourselves? The products or the services, how can we operate once the global temperature is rising very, very high? So everyone has to take part in this. Every stakeholder would have to work together, collaborate to address this problem. And also there will be like financial standards and measures. But there's like one code that I would like to present today. It's something is in trend. It's something that we're constantly developing the code of conduct for every stakeholder, especially organizations. We call it Voluntary Carbon Market Initiative, or VCMI. This is another standard, another measure and initiative that would include everyone to address the problem together. Everyone would have to assess themselves. They will have to make self-evaluation on greenhouse gas emission. So everyone has to be included, involved. And there would be carbon footprint as a way to calculate and evaluate. And also the society would have to be part in evaluating the greenhouse gas emission. And you can use code of conduct to help you make a decision. There's like one trend right now. Purchaser, the person who purchase, they try to find the products that are climate friendly goods. So they look at the carbon footprint. Or sometimes they would look at the products that are exported. For example, the CBAM embedded emission in each product, or carbon footprint that is life cycle. So these are some examples. And also for investors, just like this is going to be involved with Kunbi and Bank as well. The investors would try to find a way to review and assess the credibility of a company's climate ambition and action before they place their investment on that company. They would have to look at the company's ambition to take care of this. So they have to evaluate on how much the company is involved in the greenhouse gas emission. And who is another code? Another part that is code is involved. So the governments and their regulatory agencies, they need to look at the goal. For example, in Thailand, many years, Thailand might not be seriously taking care of this matter. So you can see that compare each country. If the government really care about this, and they have to look at the legislation as well. They would look at each country's rules and regulations. And these are all the pressure. But among the pressure, you can see opportunities. Definitely, the people who are pushed the pressure upon, they have the cost. They have the capital, the cost that they would have to be responsible for. And then they would raise their hand and they would say that we need collaboration. They would invest and help the people in order to create the projects. So a lot of people have some feedback that this project has some greenwashing because the company is not responsible for that, but let other people do the project. So you call it carbon credit. So that's why we have the carbon credit to offset. And this is another tool, another weapon that is interested by many. So the fact that we can succeed, it doesn't mean that we have to do everything. Can we ask someone to help us? So I think this is an opportunity to help all the projects that would like to have investment, the green investment. For example, solar investment. In the past, it might not be cost effective, it might not be worthwhile, or carbon capture project. So for the companies that have to use fossil fuels, but they don't want to emit the greenhouse gas or carbon dioxide, they need to offset that carbon dioxide emission. So another way is to let other project help offset that, and the sponsor would buy that carbon credit. They can buy it and offset their greenhouse gas emission. So this is another trend. I think it's very intense. The pressure is very intense, but at the same time, it creates opportunities for investment. So I believe that this standards, it needs the ecosystem to evaluate the greenhouse gas emission, and there needs to be the system that gives us confidence that the carbon credit for each project, it's real, it's provable, it's sustainable, it doesn't impact the society and the environment. So this is the carbon credit methodology development to be the weapon of the countries, the developing countries. As for the developed countries, they believe that they need to give fund and capital to the developing countries because they don't have money. Some countries, they have money, but they don't have opportunities. So this is where we come up with this, with the VCMI, and also we would use this as one of the criteria, the taxonomy project, the green project, whether it's ESG investment or to work together, to collaborate, to have the clean energy. There's all systems for evaluation. And also the evaluation is very important. So in the past, we might sell only and you have the cost of manufacturing. But in the future, there's another job for us. We have to do self-evaluation to evaluate and assess the carbon dioxide or the greenhouse gas emission, and this will be involved with everyone. Everyone has to adjust themselves. We talk about K-shape. Those of you who do not adjust yourself will not be able to survive in today's world. So I believe that we need to be flexible in adjusting ourselves and find new opportunities. Thank you very much. Wow, thank you very much. So all the entrepreneurs would have to adjust themselves. They see the big picture already, but they might want to know the action plan. So for the next sector, for the energy sector, it's involved with every part of industry. All of you have to use energy. May I ask Mr. Komgrit, Secretary General of the Office of Energy Regulatory Commission. So when the energy sector takes action, from the perspective of a regulator, what do you see this? So from the energy sector, what drives this? For the electric utility, nobody likes it. Not a single community likes the electric utility. But we need electricity. We need energy. So for example, the car, it would have the transformation to the EV. So actually in electricity, it's the most efficient use of electricity from the energy sources. So what drives the direction? There are a lot of aspects that you can consider. As for the electricity, what's really important is that it has to work. When you switch on, there needs to be electricity, or else there will be a problem. And also, no matter what happens, the electricity would be there, have to be stable, would have to be sufficient. Have you ever seen the cases where the electricity is not working? So that might damage the electrical appliances. So I think that's even, the problem is even worse than the price is high. So you have to look at the risk, and for each country, there's some policies to consider the energy and electricity, whether it's the environment, sustainability, the acceptance of the community. So you have to take into consideration of every part. So if you look at this, I would like to show you that each country, the direction on energy sector is different. For example, Singapore. Singapore, they don't have natural resources. They have to make use of the gas. So they would have to rely on gas mostly. And then when it's green electricity, green energy, is going to be hard for them to find. As for Vietnam, for electricity, for energy, they have a lot of energy sources and they have fossil fuels, a lot of them. And I think that in Vietnam it's cheap. However, the quality might not be good. It might be compromised. And they would have some subsidy from the government. And the transition to the green in the future, that would be hard for them. So I have joined in some of the forums and meetings. Actually, the infrastructure of the natural gas in them is difficult for them because it's quite low. the infrastructure that they have is quite low. So before Vietnam would be developed to use gas, the green gas, that would be cleaner energy than fossil fuels. It would be a hard journey for them. And also for the Philippines, they are having a hard time as well because they make a heavy dependence on the fossil fuels. So to make use of green energy would be hard for them. As for Indonesia as well, it's going to be hard for them. For Thailand, I believe that we're lucky. We have a lot of natural gases in the Thai Bay, even though it's reducing, but I believe that we would have sufficient. And also for the infrastructure, the facility, the system and everything, we have a good quality of that. And for I believe that infrastructure in Thailand, I think it's in the top rank. As for the gas use, is the main, and actually it's a clean energy source compared to the fossil fuels at the moment. And also we have renewable energy, a lot of renewable energy. They're efficient, very high efficiency. And that's another factor. If you look at the green transition, we can be more competitive than our neighboring countries. So when you look at the energy and the green transformation, you have to look from many aspects. The energy security, stability, as well as the price, the environment. So it's everything that has to be taken into consideration. As for the energy sector, actually, there's the policies, regulations involved. The electricity that we use, it's 10% green. The electricity that we are using is green, 10% green. And there would be the gray part. So for the green, for example, like hydro, right? So actually, the green energy here is not from the fossil fuels. And also for the energy policies, there are a lot of things that we might not be familiar with. For example, for electricity, when it's 100%, it would reach our household only 90%. Some would be lost. So some would be the public electricity. It's all free, right? No charge. So the people who use electricity like us would have to compensate and subsidize that. And 50 electricity unit free, right? So that's the cost that we have to pay for it. And then we would have another policy, the one electricity around the country. That's the main policy, because for the government, we wouldn't want the electricity to be expensive or cheap in certain areas. If you see this, you can see that people in Bangkok would pay less than people in other provinces. So if we provide electricity according to the cost, that would make the people in another province want to move into Bangkok, right? So this is the policy that would make the electricity unit, the price. You can say that we in Bangkok, we hold that burden. We hold that responsibility to pay for the electricity nationwide. So you can see that the cost is different, and we in Bangkok, we might have to pay more for the people around the country. You can see that there's some cost that is quite hidden, and you might not be aware of that. But I also believe that in order to make green transition able, you have to look at the electricity, right? Because we use a lot of electricity around the country. And also, it's generated 24 hours, 24/7. So in the past, if you look at the electricity, and we can say that we don't like fossil fuels factory utility. Actually, we can take care of that. We use technology to control. However, the carbon dioxide emission is hard to control. And once it's emitted, it's not directly, it's actually impacted certain areas, but it's going to go nationwide and worldwide. So every country would have to help each other, and we are responsible for the carbon dioxide emission because it travels around the world. So we try to have to think of the way to use electricity in a green solutions, and we have to develop and make it appropriate accordingly. So we can be sure that for the energy sector, we are competitive and the price is just enough, it's fair, and it's quite secure, the energy security that we have. Apart from the policies, you have to look at each area's access to natural resources, right? Because we have to make use of our natural resources. For some countries, I feel sorry for them. They do not have a lot of natural resources, but we in Thailand, we're in a good position because we can access the natural resources. And I believe that in the future, we can develop according to the world's trend and also the standards and the measures to support everything we do. Thank you very much. So energy is not only secure, but the price would have to be affordable, fair, and it has to be green. And every energy in each atom and molecules, the price is very, very important, right? I think money is important. So I would like to ask the president of Kasikorn Bank Public Company Limited. So what are the factors from the financial perspective to drive the sustainability in the industry? What are the factors that we need to consider? So I have to say this. I'm so happy to be here at the OIE Forum. And thank you very much for inviting me. I'm so happy to share this stage with our panelists. So what I have to say, actually have started 10 years ago. Why did we have to start? Because as the person, the shareholder, not only in Thailand but around the world, we have been faced with the question, when will you cancel the brow financing? This is a question that we get asked a lot. And when we would transition to the green financing, actually we started 10 years ago because our investors are around the world. So today, what we see, actually we are not the industrialist, right? But we as a banker, we get a lot of questions, we get pressure. So we have to look at the frame. I would like to show you my presentations, what I see this. So actually last week I was in Beijing. We launched branch in Beijing, China, and I saw a lot of EV cars on the road. And actually it's summer and then it's winter because it's cold really fast. So this is the change in the nature. So no fall season anymore. It's summer and then winter. So as the Director General mentioned and Secretary General of OERC mentioned already, so you can see this. We have CBAM, we have CCA, America have their own standards, Europe have their own CBAM, and China, they have CCER, and if it's the China Certificated Emission Reduction. So we, Thailand, we export over 60% of the GDP. So we have to look at the region in the Southeast Asia. We have some differences from other countries and regions. So as the Secretary General of OERC mentioned, we have to look at our differences and opportunities to collaborate. As for Thailand, the energy has to be affordable, clean, just, and secure. So we have to look at where we're going in the future. Are we going to gradually change, gradually adjust according to our potential and the world order, the world regulations, right? So from my perspective, I think this is a great opportunity. A lot of people might remember after Cold War, the policies, the measures, and everything are driven by the organizations in the main players in the world, the countries that are in power. And a lot of people would ask, do we really gain benefits? For example, for Apple company, so the manufacturer might gain a little bit profit, but the innovators would gain a lot of profit. But if we look at the current situation right now, we have an opportunity if we work together to drive this. So I would like everyone to focus on the right here. So this is from my perspective. I categorize the clients into two parts, private and public sector. And today, our clients or customers in the set around 70 billion to 100 billion. This is making Thailand gradually adjusting. And also the player in Thailand set would work and they can compete. And don't worry about them because they have the potential. So they buy the carbon credit in Europe because they have to comply with the standards in Europe, right? So the bank would have to monitor this when we give loans and bonds to them. We would have to look at that. And another group is around 5 billion, 4 billion is the ecosystem anchors. That's what I call them. So when they do business, they are forced, just like Director General say, they are forced to write a report if they want to trade with the Europe companies. They would have to comply with the carbon measures and standards. They would have to be responsible for their suppliers. So they kind of like ask the suppliers to enhance the level. And the bank is asking as well. Ask about the supplier if they are responsible for them as well. Because for financing, I get questions like I told you. The bank will be really tired when we have to ask the same questions. When are we going to cancel the brown financing? So for SMEs, I call it the subsidy boost. It's hard for them to operate if they don't have the government support or the agency like OIC. And also the large size organization, the sponsor for them. So people who would help them develop. And also another one, the carbon handprint uprising. They are the individual consumers. And there are a lot of people in this group. When they request for something, we have to listen to them, right? For example, Greta. They are asking and demanding the world to take care of the environment, the society, right? And where are we? Where is Thailand in this map? For the perspective of the bank, it's hard for us not to look at the numbers, right? So for K-Bank, we are achieving the carbon neutrality mission. So for the operation of the banks, actually around 5 to 6% we emit the greenhouse gas. However, the rest, 90% is our client's portfolio. So actually we cannot only work on the financial operation, but we have to work together with the clients to move Thailand forward. So in order to reduce the greenhouse gas emission by 30%, Thailand needs to use a lot of money. It's 5.4 billion Thai baht. That's a lot of money. And we have to choose where we're going to go, who are we going to help, which sector. So this is a lot of money. So what are they going to do next? This is the world. It's according to McKinsey & Company, we have to develop the projects that are like wind power, 6 times more, solar power 14 times, or carbon accounting software sales 6 times, and also carbon capture utilization 100 times higher, or green hydrogen capacity 200 times higher in order to achieve this net zero targets. So that is making the Thailand able to survive in the new world order. So we use this as a reference when we develop our business plan and we work with the clients in each sector. Now we're in the 4 sectors. The Green path, we are talking to our clients how we're going to make brown into green. We talk to our clients in the 4 main sectors in the past 2 years. So I think this is a challenge, and if you ask us, if you have the same questions, which technology, innovation, just like the previous slide, for example, solar, wind, software, if you ask us about the challenges ahead, how are we going to incentivize them? Maybe lower interest rate, or there might be some conditions, and also there will be job opportunities, and also we have to help each other verify and validate. And what do we have to look at right now? We have to look at the strategic return for the nation, because we have the winning opportunity here, as I mentioned, or else we would be a loser forever. Actually, this stage, we have the potential to be the winner. And together, as in countries, we would have the power, the negotiating power with the powerful countries. And we have China marching in the Thai EV market, and also there will be many more to follow. So if we have strategic return and also the strategic purpose, we have the opportunity to win. And another part, the economic return, we can let the market mechanism work. And I believe that the industry would be the ones who make a decision. But for bank would be able to help verify and validate to check if it makes sense or something like that. We can give advice as well. We have 60% of the GDP is the export, right? So this is what I would like to leave with you all. Wow. So that is 5.4 trillion baht that we have to invest for the green transformation. So we have to move gradually. So is there anything that would speed us up in order to walk in this path to achieve the goal? A lot of people think about technology, innovation. So I would like to ask the president of K-Bank, what do you look at when you look at this? What can accelerate us? So a lot of people might think that there are a lot of agencies, the governments are not taking action, but actually we can all start. We can do something that has never been done before, and then we can ask for collaboration or support from the government later. So a lot of people would say like, we are expecting the government to do something, but actually we have voluntary carbon market initiative, so anyone can start. And a lot of people are dealing or working with another country, right? So you can see a world from a border's perspective and you can start something. Oh, the faces are familiar. Wow, you shake hands. Okay, you shake hand before? So actually for the bank, we give bonds. We are the financial consultant, but right now we have to move toward that. It's beyond banking. Something that is precedented. Bank is working on the carbon credit solutions. It's something that we haven't done before, but now we're working on that. We're working with the executive director of TGO. We have green loan bonds. We have transition finance. We have impact fund. We established the impact fund to invest in the startup in Thailand, and we're expanding to the regional market because we believe that the solutions would drive us together in order to achieve net zero emission. And the third one, you can see the third, I would say that is adjacent. So we do this expanded or extended beyond banking solution. We have the total decarbonization and solution. So I would like to make an announcement after the new year in order to give solutions to the corporate segment clients, whether it's technology, solutions, knowledge. We would like to share with our clients as well after New Year 2024, and also for the exchange market. And the expanded beyond banking here, the total carbonization solution. And we believe that this will create the value. And we have the partners. We work together with the TGO. We're working on the deforestation, the broker and dealer, brown economy that we have right now. Once we change to green economy, that would be the economy, the ecosystem, and there's opportunity for business and also financial business. And beyond finance, that's where we are getting green light from the Bank of Thailand in order to equip the Thai economy in order to be in the world with the new world order. That's what we're preparing. And also for other things, for example, capacity building, the employees of K-Bank. We work together with the Faculty of Engineering and Accountancy. A lot of people, they would have to learn this. So they are equipped with the knowledge for the clients. So it's green economy. Actually, all of our employees have to pass the test after 60 hours of lessons in this program. We work with Chulalongkorn University, and there are a lot of things that we're working on right now. And these are just some of the examples of what we're doing, what we have moved in the expanded beyond banking. For example, the projects for the startups, the battery swapping station for the motorcycles, because we understand that motorcycles is 80,000 is expensive for the riders, so we tell them to rent. And the battery, there are 5 brands, and each motorcycle have like different specifications. So we ask a lot of the branches that are closed after digitalization. So we make the branch that close already to be the battery swap station. and they can change the battery, and we would like to act as an aggregator, and there's an application, and right now the application that is recently launched have over 10,000 users, and we're not working only on a banking financing only, because if we only work on that, well, we can do that as a bank, but if we have a clear purpose, we can change. We have to take action. These are some of the examples that we do, and also we are working with the TGO for carbon credit, like bio-based, which would create a lot of value in the future, and that's what we're trying to do. And we try to prepare the finance and a lot of money for over 200 billion. Right now, we use around 40.6 billion already. So we have to look at where we're going to do next. So you don't have to wait until it's compulsory. We can do it voluntarily right now. So this is a ecosystem that you can see, ecosystem within ecosystem. And this has been initiated already, at least by the K-Bank. So I would like to ask more about the goal that you want to see in the future. So as Mr. B said that if we can do it, it's going to be win-win. So what do you think? What, from the perspective of OIE as a think tank, what do you see? What's the goal in the future? Thank you very much, everyone. Actually, this would help OIE set a clear goal, take action. So working together with the MU and the K-Bank, the bank sector, to support the work of all the industry players. I would like to share what's going to happen in the future. Everyone understands that EV, the trend is coming. So to develop the policies on EV, we're not only thinking about the private car. We're not focusing on a private car only in terms of EV. So a lot of people care about the price that they're going to buy. It's going to be cheap or not. But actually, the EV policy comes from the pressure actually related to the climate change. For example, PM 2.5. So for EV policies, we try to minimize the carbon dioxide after using the carbon fuel, the fossil fuel car. And actually, there are a lot of things involved. For example, public transportation, the networking, the train that we use it's actually using electricity right now. So in order to make the public transportation green, that would help address climate-related problems. As for the buses, you can see that buses in Bangkok, around 80,000 buses. Right now, around 20,000 buses are using electricity. And for the electric boat or motorcycle, as Mr. B mentioned, electric motorcycle is one of our goals as well, because we're interested in this, the swapping battery project, because the motorcycle that you can see, or the car and the motorcycle, the battery cost is around 70-80% of the total cost. So for the battery manufacturing in Thailand, we have to import mostly. So the expense is very high. The cost is very high. So it's something that the industry has to work on. We have to come with a model and to make the battery the same. So we have to set the criteria for the battery, the specifications. We have to set that. For example, the battery for a motorcycle, battery for a car. We have to standardize the size, the weight, and everything. It can start from the industry sector in order to create the business model for battery swapping. And we can solve the problem. We don't have to wait for them. For example, when we have to wait to fill up our car with the gas, right? And now we're facing the problem that it takes a long time to charge the battery for EV car. So it's all depend on the industry in the design process. So you have to look at the national plan. We're not focusing on the car only in terms of EV, even though the first policies would focus on the EV personal car, private car, but we have to think about public transportation as well. As for the financial sector, they give importance to investment on the public transportation that use electricity as well. So I would like to share about the directions from OIE and as well as the Ministry of Industry, what we see in the future. It's about the restructuring the organization. When we have to look at the structure of the whole picture, we cannot only focus on each issue. For example, we focus on SME, on small or something like that, but we have to look at the country's restructuring. So in the past, we are the champion to export the pickup car. We are number one, or for the AC, we export and the second rank of the world. So the needs of the world is changing. It's greener. The car has to be green, AC has to be green, EV, everything. It's not only in Thailand, but the whole world would have to set the standards. They would say that the car in the country would have to be EV or have to be green. So we have to adjust ourselves. We have to be the green manufacturer. So we're not only solving the problem and minimize the risk that is related to climate, but we have to adjust ourselves in order to comply with the standards of the new world order, and we have to change the structure of the car industry. So I believe that the structure of the industry would have to change. It has to be revolutionized. So the existing 12 S-curves, something that has to be green, has to be green. For example, plant-based bio industry is something that we know. EV would have to be EV, have to be green. And also the new industries that are the trend is something that we need to push in order to create the restructuring of the organization. So I would like to ask the energy sector and the bank sector as well. It's something that the ministry is trying to push forward. The first one is the comprehensive agricultural industry and is related to sustainability and environment. So for sustainability, there are three aspects. The first one is economic sustainability. So the restructuring will support this aspect. And another aspect is the social sustainability. Everyone has to be inclusive. They would get the share of the cake. They would gain profit. They would gain benefits. For example, the citizen population, they will have to gain benefits. And the last one is the aspect in terms of environment. So there are many ways to look at sustainability, but what is going to happen in the industry, we have to be responsible for what we produce, what we make. We, for example, in the agricultural sector, you have to be responsible for the process, the pesticides, the fertilizer use, how you can minimize the residue, the use of the soil, use of the water to be most efficient. We can calculate that by the good management. And also we have to calculate the carbon dioxide emission because sometimes you have to submit this report. You have to submit all the calculation. For example, the feed to the chicken and how much carbon dioxide emission after the chicken. You have to calculate everything, every detail in the process. So this is something that we would like to try first, restructure. There needs to be a lot of samples, collection, information, and also another industry is the recycle industry. And you can see that this is in the national policy. For example, EV 3.5, investment on battery industry. For the entrepreneurs, you have to take into consideration the battery that you produce. You need to have battery management system. This is your responsibility in the future because the industry, recycled industry, would have to happen in Thailand, not only about battery, but right now, for example, solar cells around the country, on the roof, in your house, it's deteriorating, right? Solar farm installation. How are you going to recycle the solar panels? Right now, we export to Taiwan and they regrade and then they sell it back to us. It's something that we have to take consideration. We don't have a lot of mining. We have to import a lot. For example, lithium battery. To manufacture lithium battery from research, actually we can reuse it 100%. there's urban mining. We can do urban mining to make use of the natural resources. If we don't manage that, it would be environmental issues. So to manage, to control the use of lithium battery is another business model that I would like to ask K-Bank to think about this if you want to give loans about this. So if you do EV industry, you have to think about how you can manage everything. For the automotive industry, you can recycle the car that is used. So mostly we export to our neighboring countries. There would be second-hand, third-hand, fourth-hand. In the past, you can see that we import a lot of second-hand from another country. Right now, we have to change our mindset. How are we going to manage? What are we going to do with the car? The old car, what's going to happen to them? The steel, can we use it again? Aluminum? Plastic? Can we reuse all of that? Yes, definitely. So in countries, for example, Japan, they developed this recycle process, and there needs to be innovation that we have to think about. As for construction, their innovation, this is like the industry that is constructing something on site. So this would emit a lot of greenhouse gas or something like that. So the restructuring of the construction industry is another way, another solution. So maybe you can manufacture the components or materials and then assemble on site. So construction industry is facing restructuring process right now. As for logistics, whether it's transportation, there is a huge amount of greenhouse gas emission. So you have to restructure all the supply chain that is about this delivery or in order to reduce carbon dioxide and to create sustainability. And another thing that the government is mentioning a lot, emphasizing a lot, is the soft power industry. It will play an important role. This is the new industry that the Ministry of Industry is thinking about the measures and policies to support the soft power. So for EV and other sectors, we see the concrete policies, but the soft power industry would create sustainability, and we need the restructuring of everything to work with the farmers of over 10 millions of farmers and people in the industry. Everyone has to help each other. So there's a voluntary carbon market initiative. Exim Bank is restructuring carbonized company to be the green bank. This is the trend. The green bank, if we're not going green, we cannot survive in today's society, and we have to help one another to push it, to make it happen. Like for today, OIE is one agency that calculate carbon credit. Today, we calculate the carbon credit for this because we calculate this and we have the limit for the carbon emission, so we cannot exceed the time on the agenda. So another thing, for example, textile industry is actually not past its sunset, but the textile would have to be unique, a little bit expensive, but more environmentally friendly. As for the steel industry, it has to be green steel, not creating pollution. So it's all has to face restructuring. It's all restructuring for the industry. This is in the pipeline of OIE to talk about the measures and policies. So we need a lot of collaboration from every partner, every sector, every stakeholder to make it happen in a short period of time. So we have 25 minutes left, but I believe that we can manage our time very well. Thank you very much for mentioning this. This is not an equation, but this is creating new equation with the variable of sustainability, since the upstream, downstream, recycle, reuse everything in the supply chain. So I also ask Mr. Mu about the directions of I think the goal is very clear, carbon neutrality and net zero, but I would like you to explain more about the directions, the action plan from the TGO. What do you think? So actually today's event, there's no carbon credit, right? It's only about footprint. So for one event, one organization of the event, we use a lot of electricity, right? And this emits the greenhouse gas because we don't have a lot of green electricity at the moment. So 1 unit, we emit around 0.5 kilo. So every electricity unit, when you travel here, your journey, actually, we consume petroleum, whether it's diesel or gasoline. It's footprint, it's carbon footprint. However, I understand that when you measure the footprint, and we would like to be responsible for the society and the environment. So, what we do, from my understanding, I believe that OIE, the Office of Industrial Economics, they buy the carbon credit to offset. This shows our responsibility. Voluntarily, this is a very good and clear example. The fact that we create the event that is carbon neutral, we are showing that we do not harmfully affect the environment. So what happens in Thailand right now? Thailand's carbon emission right now, you can see this is like 300 million tons a year. It's not quite high compared to other countries. But Thailand, we get drastic effects. So the fact that we have a goal to reach carbon neutrality, it means that in the end, we don't want to emit any carbon dioxide, right, by 2050. The fact that it's going to be carbon neutrality, we cannot say that it's zero. It means that we somehow emit, but we're going to absorb and offset that. So carbon neutrality means that it can show us that we can offset with the carbon credit that we buy. So by 2065, we look at the methane, nitrous oxides, or any greenhouse gas emissions from the industry sector, we have to balance that. And I went to Vietnam. I had a meeting in South Korea as well. For in Vietnam, the net zero goal is 2050. That's quite challenging for us as well. For us in Thailand, we have a clear plan. We have a clear goal. We have actions that we are going to take. In the past, it's not a very clear or concrete goal, but right now we are adjusting. We're changing very fast. We have to make a lot of adjustments, whether it's the energy sector, electricity. We need to have a clear plan how we're going to reduce greenhouse gas emission, how we're going to control that per unit. We have to have the PPT, Power Development Plan, PDP. The plan would increase the ratio of green electricity. The target would have to be reached by 50%. So the electricity will be greener. And also there would be opportunities for every sector to generate their own electricity. And prosumer, they would be part of that. And also you have to reduce the emission as well. But I believe that for the industry, you would like to reach carbon neutrality and net zero, right? So there might be some swap, the smart grid project, or maybe green tariff or certify RE100. So there are a lot of programs and activities that are involved with the electricity. It's a huge plan, huge program. And for EV as well, as Kunjab mentioned already, EV is not only about passenger car, private car, but it's the whole logistics system, the public transportation as well. There needs to be restructuring, there needs to be changes. So 2065, there are a lot of targets that we have to reach, and we just initiated the ICE. There would be a plan that would be phasing out, and also the second-hand car would be hard to find and sell. So I'm about to change my car soon, though. So this is a major thing that we're facing. As for the industry sector, there's a plan to transform from the fossil fuels to biomass. The biomass supply, that is the fuels that we have, they are taking part. They're taking significant part, and we're going to grow something that would support the BCG policy as well. So in the industry sector would contribute greatly. The second one is the cement. We are going to support hydraulic cement. We're going to reduce the ratio of some cement components, and also we have to look at the carbon capture. At the same time, the industry that have to make use of the fossil fuels or rely on the natural gases, if you want to survive, you have to study hard more. You have to study the CCUS in order to control the amount of carbon dioxide emission. So in Maptaput area, we are looking on how we can develop on the CCUS around the Maptaput area to make Thailand the new hub to use natural gases without emitting any greenhouse gases. Because if we use a lot of natural gases and not emitting the greenhouse gas, this will be a very attractive location because this area is because Thailand has a carbon capture potential and is very attractive for investors. However, for some countries that cannot show its potential to capture the carbon, that they will face challenges and problems in the future. So we need to think about a carbon capture to be used in the industry as well. So you have to look at the carbon dioxide reduction to be 120 million tons. That's very tough. That means that the industry has to grow and the investment has to be green. And the existing projects, you have to transform that to make it greener. And we have to recycle everything to make us able to survive. So I think that is really hard for us. So for the Ministry of Natural Resources and Environment, we have to work with the industry of the agriculture, industry of the industry, and also the nature-based solutions. We have to support that. We have to support the Ministry of the Natural Resources and Environment and the Ministry of Agriculture. We have to work together to make green investment, to push everyone, to push the people who can invest. We have to convince them, persuade them to help SMEs do green projects. So we have to create carbon market in Thailand. So that would make the large size organizations want to plant more trees. We have to invite them to be in the voluntary carbon market. And so this is another initiative. As for today, the measures that we have the policies for the government that is just announced. We would like to accomplish the mission, and we have to leverage the technology use. We work together with the Ministry of Technology, Innovation, everything, the commerce, investment. Everyone has to be part of this because it's a threat, right? Threat in this industry. So another thing, the fourth one that I mentioned already, it's about the system, right? To support every sector to be part of this. So we have to do self-evaluation on greenhouse gas emission. So the bottom line is we would get a lot of environmentally projects. So the people who gain the finance or the fund, whether it's EV, solar, or CCUS, or any kind of investment projects that need fund from the banks. So the bank would say they would ask us, do you have carbon credit? So it means that you have to have credits and everything. The system would be very important. And also legislation as well, rules and regulations. I think that's really important as well. So if you do it voluntarily and there's no legislation, there would be problems in the future. So I believe that legislation would play an important role as well. For in some countries, developed countries, they are going very far. They're not only talking about it, for example, in EU, in America, or China, they're not talking about this, but they are taking action and they have set rules and regulations already. I went to South Korea last week. They have rules, regulation, legislation very clear. So Thailand, we cannot stand still. We have to do something. We have to take action right now. So the legislation for now is requiring the entrepreneurs and the industry to report on the carbon dioxide emission, but it's not going to be enough. It's not going to be required to report. It's not going to be enough. Because in the future, we have to do more than just reporting. So if we exceed the limit how can we do after that? Then we have to be comparison and we have to find a way to compensate. So for example, the CBAM group, cement, steel, aluminum, petrochemicals, and also all the energy sector energy generation. So these industries would have to report their operation. There will be self-evaluation as well, but at the same time, there will be support as well. For example, if you do your work well, you will get certain support. So all the financial processes, collect money from one and give the money to another. And also, for example, tax, when you collect money from one part, you can use that money to support, you can use this money as a fund to support a project that might not have access to capital, but they can do good, they can do well on the environmentally friendly projects. So if we have legislation, we have rules and regulations, we can make good use of carbon credit in the future. And I would like to update after the meeting in South Korea. They call the conference Global Net Zero Connection. So many countries' representatives gathered and joined in the meeting, and they made speech. They say that they want to be net zero country achiever, but they cannot do it without the help from other countries. So they establish a fund, and that fund is the Green Fund. So they say if they cannot do it, but they would like to be part of the investment in another country that can do it, so they can use that carbon credit. So this is international carbon credit. We talked previously about the domestic area. We like to support the projects in the country, but in another country, sometimes the countries, they cannot reduce their emission, the greenhouse gas emission, but they are willing to invest on the countries that can do it. And they would like to buy the carbon credit, and they would like to be part of that, even though they cannot do it by themselves. For example, in Vietnam, in Indonesia, in Malaysia, in ASEAN countries, they are actually campaigning to make the international carbon credit possible. So it's an opportunity for Thailand as well. Let's say we can do it, we can achieve the goal, and we have the carbon credit left for other countries. We can use that as the bargaining power when we negotiate, when we bargain with another country. We can use that carbon credits. We can say that our units is cheaper. We can use that carbon credit that we can do as a tool, right? Okay, lastly, we have departments. A lot of departments that we would set up. For example, the Department of the Global Climate Change. This would drive forward everything. The Department of Climate Change and Environment. We are seriously taking action, and it's our opportunity. So actually, I would like to ask Mr. Kumgrid about the green electricity in Thailand right now. How much do we have? What is the direction and the goal of the OERC? This is the last question for you. So I'd like to show this picture. This is carbon emission. Just like Mr. Mu said that, it's correct. It's half kilo per unit. But you can see the reduction rate. This is the information from the statistics, national statistics. So you can see that the efficiency of the electric utility, and also we make more use of renewable energy. And I have mentioned already there would be this certain standards for green energy. We have to eliminate the energy that is not green. So how can we add more green energy into the system? Everyone wants to use electricity because it emits lower carbon dioxide, but then the electricity utility would have to think about how we can reduce the carbon dioxide emission while maintaining the price that is competitive. So I would like to make divide it into three parts. The first one is we have to increase the green energy in the system. Definitely green hydrogen, green everything, and it's about energy security, right? It's not quite secure right now. So the green energy that we add, this would have to go in hand with a conventional the conventional energy. So there might be some red one, whether it's gas. We have to capture the carbon, and also first hydrogen we import. It's quite expensive, right? Or we can generate the hydrogen. It has to be green hydrogen, and it costs a lot of money as well. And there's another option that a lot of people are talking right now is SMR, or small modular reactors. Is something that is very famous in America right now, and you would gain green energy that the energy that does not emit any carbon dioxide, but that is the technology for submarines. And what's very important is the management system. So we have to match the renewable energy that might swinging. We need to have conventional and green energy. We need to have the control system or the center, the battery energy storage support this as well. So you can see the picture previously. This is the green energy. It's something that we talk about in unit, the electricity. We're not talking about the generation capacity. You can see that for the electricity, we have 10%. That is the green energy. It's 10%. 10% green. You can see that. For in the green energy, you can look at the right pie chart. It's from biomass. Are you curious why it's a lot? Because for biomass is like the factors like the solar, even though we have a lot of solar cell, but it's only a few hours a day. So when we calculate this, it's around 20%. That's only 20% from the whole 10%. And for the wind, it's only 14% from that 10%. So if we need a lot of green, we have to put in more. Where's hydro? Hydro is very low. You can see that. Actually, in Thailand, the hydro power is only like 0.61%. After flooding, the dam in Thailand is not designed to generate electricity. Actually, the dams in Thailand are created and designed to prevent flooding problems. So in another country, hydro might contribute to more. They might be more percentage. So that's like roughly the numbers. So this is the capacity from the electricity generated by the solar power. You can see in the right picture, the left picture, and this is the wind. You can see it's around Korat area. As for hydro, we have everywhere in around the country, but the potential in Laos, right? So if we would like to have hydro to increase the system in Thailand, we might have to reach out to Laos. And this is the biomass is scattered across the country. Is similar to all the potential areas as well as the bioenergy as well. So if we want to use gas, if we like to use gas, it's from the Thai Bay, and we have to have carbon capture in order to contribute to the green energy. So if we use renewable energy, it's green energy definitely, but we have to use conventional energy as well. So what do we do with the conventional energy? So we have to capture the carbon. So that would be more expensive, but we have to balance the green energy with the prices as well. So this is gas. This is imported gas. So in Thailand, we use a lot of gas. We mainly use natural gas, and we have a good gas structure. And it's not only in the Middle East or it's around the world. You can see there we use natural gas from Australia as well. So if you look at the energy security, it's also the natural gas. And also this one is the small modular reactor SMR and is underground. It's quite safe. And this is the smart control system. In order to have more green energy contribution, you have to have a good management system. You have to make the green energy from the natural gases or the renewable energy, for example, solar power or the conventional energy. And you have to reduce the carbon dioxide. You need to have carbon capture system and also the use of the car, the private cars, as well as the public transportation. You need to find that natural resources that are green. Okay, the last slide for the last question. So you can see from the right here, the right diagram, you can see that the meter, the electricity will enter the meter and they will go down to that. And you can see the two uses of green energy. The first one is the green energy since the electricity system. According to the PDP, how can we increase the percentage of green energy? You have to be in alignment with the national policies. So this would be in the system. And the second one, that would be after the meter. So right now, it's quite like a trend that a lot of people install the solar panels on their roof or at the workplace. So this is something that is green energy. But for the before the meter, it depends on the government policies and rules and regulations. And right now, there's the one price of electricity the whole country. So that's called uniform tariff. And right now you understand that the Ministry of Industry, there's some issues about the trade and international. You have to declare about the greenhouse gas emission. And we're trying to design this. It's called that is not uniform, and that is utility green tariff. So the utility would have to provide this for the user, and also we would provide the certificate to the user as well. Another thing that we would like to do is this. We would have to find the special tariff, special price, because it might not be cost effectiveness. It might not be cost effective when they have to invest a lot. So this is another project that would be launched working with MEA, PEA, and EGAT. And also we know that there's an urgent need for green energy. So you can see the black part there is the conventional energy, conventional electricity. And this electricity would be transmitted around the country to the electricity user. And some part of the industry in the system is the green. We call it UGT1, UGT2. So the existing electricity that we have, it might not be very famous because they don't get the credit, the carbon credit. So the existing, we have to collect this and make it in the spare. But the green energy that is new is something that another countries, industries are interested in. For example, the project that is not in the COD. So we would collect this to make it the user's account, and also the user would be able to use, they can make a decision if they want to make use of the green energy or not. So we would have the account to control the upstream and downstream to make the number equal. Minus the loss and everything, it has to be equal. And in order to show it to the industries in other countries, we would work with international organizations to issue the certificate that you use, how many units you use for the green energy. It's something that we don't come up with this, but it's an international standards. For example, in America or in Europe, the regulated market, there are standards like this, and the tariff for green energy, and then they will issue the certificates and they can use that as a verifier. And I believe that we can do it within this year. So I would have to say that this is quite challenging. It's quite hard to do. So we have to talk to the PA and MEA as well. It has to be just, the price has to be just to make a balance, to make it just. And we have to listen to the user as well as the generator as well. And also for the meter, after the meter, so a lot of people can generate electricity by themselves. For example, solar panels, solar power is quite famous right now in terms of using electricity. You can see that other natural resources or another resources quite still, the number is not changing much. For example, fossil fuel or natural gas. After the gas is quite high, the fossil fuel is like high. So some people or some industries, they just stop operating. For solar, you can see the growth. It's quite significant. So this is the information on a monthly basis. You can see that the increase is over. It doubled for the solar growth. Actually, the number doubled. So you can see that it's according to the demand and supply. If something is cheap, then and it's beneficial, people use it a lot. So it's something that they do it, they install the solar system, and they use the electricity that they generate by themselves. And everything that we do, we try to make it within this year. Wow, Great. Actually, I saved 5 minutes as a buffer for the Q&A, but I believe that we cover every topics in 90 minutes, and I believe that all of you mentioned already. I like what B said. We can do within our capacity, but under the new world order. So if we can do it well, I believe that we're in the platform, the new equation. There needs to be sustainability since the beginning of the equation. Downstream, upstream, everything has to be designed for this world to be sustainable. A big round of applause to our 4 panelists. Thank you very much. Thank you very much to our panelists and experts. And we have 5 minutes for the Q&A. Are there any questions from the floor? Everyone's like looking at the screen, right? So this is the last session here, the Q&A session. Are there any questions? Are there any questions from the floor? Or the questions like, when's the lunch break? I can answer that. In a short moment, everyone. Are there any questions from the floor? Anyway, I believe that our panelists will be here with all of you. A big round of applause again to our experts and panelists. Thank you very much. And on this occasion, the Director General of OIE would like to present the token of appreciation to our 3 panelists here. Firstly, I would like to invite onto the stage. The first person may invite Mr. Pipit Adekniti, President of K-Bank Public Company Limited, onto the stage. Thank you very much. So we hear from the perspective from the bank sector. Right now, banking sector is not limiting itself in the banking realm because there's the green and sustainability in the equation. Thank you very much. And next, may invite Mr. Kiatchai Maitriwong, Executive Director of Thailand Greenhouse Gas Management Organization, or TGO. A big round of applause. So we have to do it voluntarily before it's compulsory. So we are ready when it's compulsory. So next, I would like to invite onto the stage Mr. Komgrit Tantrawanit, Secretary General of Office of Energy Regulatory Commission, OERC. So we know the portfolio of energy in Thailand, the proportion and everything. So the energy has to be green, sufficient, and ready for the green transformation. What can we do to make the conventional energy greener and we have more alternatives? How can we make use of what we have and use our fullest potential? So this is the very, very amazing and thought-provoking 90 minutes. A big round of applause to our panelists. I believe that in this morning session, we have learned a lot from how we can go forward, how we can drive the country to sustainability. So Thailand, we're lucky to have this access to natural resources, but we have to transition from brown to green economy. I would like to thank everyone. And for the afternoon session, we have also panel discussions for you. This would be online meeting. For the first topic, that is the manpower at 1:30, and it's a 90-minute session. And the second topic is empowering innovation and digital transformation, and that would be 2:30. And the next topic is next moves to net zero, so that you can join this session after 3:30 p.m. Thank you very much, everyone, for participating in this forum today. And if you're interested in any topic, you can join the meeting online. And next, I would like to ask everyone to scan the QR code on the screen and give us the feedback and opinions. We have organized the forum for 14 times, and this is the 15th times. So we welcome all of your feedback for us to improve ourselves, organization of the forum and everything. And also we have prepared the lunch for you at the market on the 4th floor. On behalf of OIE, Office of Industry Economics, I would like to thank everyone for joining today's event. And also, see you next time, the 16th Forum of OIE. Thank you very much.
ส่วนหนึ่งที่เราคุยกันมาตลอดเลยนะครับก็คือเรื่องของบูธ BCG นะครับเขามีความภูมิใจนำเสนอนะครับนี่ครับเพื่อสุขภาวะของท่านในช่องปากนะครับเขามีนี่เลยนะฮะแปรงสีฟันนะครับเดี๋ยวทานเสร็จปั๊บสามารถใช้ได้แต่ว่าไปหายาสีฟันเอาเองนะฮะแต่นี้ BCG นะครับเดี๋ยวลองไปดู
A lot of booths in the exhibition zones are very interesting, and we welcome all of you to join and look at each exhibition zone at BCG. After you have lunch, you can use the toothbrush. Thank you very much.
รมีการเรียนรู้ตลอดชีวิตเนื่องจากว่าทักษะมันเปลี่ยนเร็วโลกเปลี่ยนแปลงเร็ว lifelong learning นี่สำคัญ
บนโลกของการแข่งขันต้องมีการปรับตัวเยอะขึ้นซึ่งมันจะทำไม่ได้เลยถ้าแรงงานเรามันยังไม่มีสกิล
ทำยังไงให้ชีวิตของ manpower เจริญเติบโตไปพร้อมๆกับสกิลเราเรียกว่า sustainable workplace
เทคโนโลยีเนี่ยเข้ามาเปลี่ยนมุมมองของผู้กำหนดนโยบายคงต้องเปลี่ยนไปเช่นเดียวกันนะคะ
การที่เรานำเทคโนโลยีหรือโซลูชันจากต่างประเทศเข้ามาใช้เพื่อให้เข้าสู่ธุรกิจได้เนี่ยในที่สุดแล้วมันจะไม่มีความยั่งยืน
ทูเดิมๆที่เราเคยใช้ทูเดิมๆที่เราเคยคิดแนวคิดที่เราเคยใช้มันจะใช้ไม่ได้เลย
ข้อมูลเนี่ยเป็นสิ่งที่มีมูลค่ามหาศาลมากสิ่งเหล่านี้เองเนี่ยก็จะทำให้ผู้ประกอบการใน supply chain เนี่ยสามารถมองเห็นภาพได้ว่าภาวะธุรกิจหรือภาวะการผลิตภาคอุตสาหกรรมเนี่ยเป็นอย่างไร
พอโบอ่านเอกสารนะโบตกใจมากเลยนะพี่อยู่เองอะประกาศแล้วว่าช่วงนี้เป็นภาวะโลกเดือดอะทั้งรัฐและเอกชนนะคะจะต้องจับมือร่วมกันที่จะต้องทำให้เป้าหมายการทำให้คาร์บอนสุทธิเป็นศูนย์เนี่ยสามารถไปตามเป้าหมายได้อย่างจริงจังอะ
ความรับผิดชอบในระดับที่แตกต่างกันการที่เราไม่ทิ้งใครไว้ข้างหลังนี่เป็นเรื่องที่สำคัญมาก
ก็อยากมาฟังโฟรัมวันนี้เนี่ยก็ได้ความรู้และได้ความเข้าใจอยากจะขอบคุณไว้ณที่นี้ด้วยทำยังไงให้พนักงานในองค์กรมีการเรียนรู้ตลอดชีวิตเนื่องจากว่าทักษะมันเปลี่ยนเร็วโลกเปลี่ยนแปลงเร็ว lifelong learning นี่สำคัญ
บนโลกของการแข่งขันต้องมีการปรับตัวเยอะขึ้นซึ่งมันจะทำไม่ได้เลยถ้าแรงงานเรามันยังไม่มีสกิล
ทำยังไงให้ชีวิตของ manpower เจริญเติบโตไปพร้อมๆกับสกิลเราเรียกว่า sustainable workplace
เทคโนโลยีเนี่ยเข้ามาเปลี่ยนมุมมองของผู้กำหนดนโยบายคงต้องเปลี่ยนไปเช่นเดียวกันนะคะ
การที่เรานำเทคโนโลยีหรือโซลูชันจากต่างประเทศเข้ามาใช้เพื่อให้เข้าสู่ธุรกิจได้เนี่ยในที่สุดแล้วมันจะไม่มีความยั่งยืน
ทูเดิมๆที่เราเคยใช้ทูเดิมๆที่เราเคยคิดแนวคิดที่เราเคยใช้มันจะใช้ไม่ได้เลย
ข้อมูลเนี่ยเป็นสิ่งที่มีมูลค่ามหาศาลมากสิ่งเหล่านี้เองเนี่ยก็จะทำให้ผู้ประกอบการใน supply chain เนี่ยสามารถมองเห็นภาพได้ว่าภาวะธุรกิจหรือภาวะการผลิตภาคอุตสาหกรรมเนี่ยเป็นอย่างไร
พอโบอ่านเอกสารนะโบตกใจมากเลยนะพี่อยู่เองอะประกาศแล้วว่าช่วงนี้เป็นภาวะโลกเดือดอะทั้งรัฐและเอกชนนะคะจะต้องจับมือร่วมกันที่จะต้องทำให้เป้าหมายการทำให้คาร์บอนสุทธิเป็นศูนย์เนี่ยสามารถไปตามเป้าหมายได้อย่างจริงจังอะ
ความรับผิดชอบในระดับที่แตกต่างกันการที่เราไม่ทิ้งใครไว้ข้างหลังนี่เป็นเรื่องที่สำคัญมาก
ก็อยากมาฟังโฟรัมวันนี้เนี่ยก็ได้ความรู้และได้ความเข้าใจอยากจะขอบคุณไว้ณที่นี้ด้วยทำยังไงให้พนักงานในองค์กรมีการเรียนรู้ตลอดชีวิตเนื่องจากว่าทักษะมันเปลี่ยนเร็วโลกเปลี่ยนแปลงเร็ว lifelong learning นี่สำคัญ
บนโลกของการแข่งขันต้องมีการปรับตัวเยอะขึ้นซึ่งมันจะทำไม่ได้เลยถ้าแรงงานเรามันยังไม่มีสกิล
ทำยังไงให้ชีวิตของ manpower เจริญเติบโตไปพร้อมๆกับสกิลเราเรียกว่า sustainable workplace
เทคโนโลยีเนี่ยเข้ามาเปลี่ยนมุมมองของผู้กำหนดนโยบายคงต้องเปลี่ยนไปเช่นเดียวกันนะคะ
การที่เรานำเทคโนโลยีหรือโซลูชันจากต่างประเทศเข้ามาใช้เพื่อให้เข้าสู่ธุรกิจได้เนี่ยในที่สุดแล้วมันจะไม่มีความยั่งยืน
ทูเดิมๆที่เราเคยใช้ทูเดิมๆที่เราเคยคิดแนวคิดที่เราเคยใช้มันจะใช้ไม่ได้เลย
ข้อมูลเนี่ยเป็นสิ่งที่มีมูลค่ามหาศาลมากสิ่งเหล่านี้เองเนี่ยก็จะทำให้ผู้ประกอบการใน supply chain เนี่ยสามารถมองเห็นภาพได้ว่าภาวะธุรกิจหรือภาวะการผลิตภาคอุตสาหกรรมเนี่ยเป็นอย่างไร
พอโบอ่านเอกสารนะโบตกใจมากเลยนะพี่อยู่เองอะประกาศแล้วว่าช่วงนี้เป็นภาวะโลกเดือดอะทั้งรัฐและเอกชนนะคะจะต้องจับมือร่วมกันที่จะต้องทำให้เป้าหมายการทำให้คาร์บอนสุทธิเป็นศูนย์เนี่ยสามารถไปตามเป้าหมายได้อย่างจริงจังอะ
ความรับผิดชอบในระดับที่แตกต่างกันการที่เราไม่ทิ้งใครไว้ข้างหลังนี่เป็นเรื่องที่สำคัญมาก
ก็อยากมาฟังโฟรัมวันนี้เนี่ยก็ได้ความรู้และได้ความเข้าใจอยากจะขอบคุณไว้ณที่นี้ด้วย